All right, so I originally wasn't gonna make this video. Like I was gonna go set up the camera where I normally set it up at when I'm at my mom's, but I'll end up forgetting about what I was trying to talk about. So, what I'm trying to talk about before I forget is that fire. So, there's a fire that burns within us, and like for some people, they let that fire burn out, and I think it's about making sure our fire doesn't burn out because like it's not about like getting in shape or grinding hard to become successful or grinding hard to like be on the self-help journey and you got to become the best version of yourself and like even like going down the spiritual journey and it's like oh you got to find enlightenment, you got to whatever, and it's really not about the destination, it's about the journey and about the fire that we have while we're on the journey. So like that fire that we have, like if you're trying to get in shape, you have built a fire within you that allows you to keep working out. Like it's the people that do business, they're always like hustle culture, and it's like no, I don't think it's a hustle culture as much as it's they have a fire burning within them and then they do things. So they do business. I work out and do spirituality. Like whatever. But whatever you're doing, we should do it with fire. So like it's it's like if you're doing something, you're either doing it full fucking fire burning or you're doing it with the fire half-ass burning. Meaning like you're either giving something your all or you're not. And that's what I think it's more about. Where it's not about hustle culture. It's not about grinding so goddamn hard where you're like, oh, I grind 12 hours a day. Yeah, that's great. But do you understand why? Like, why it's great? Why it's great is because you are able to burn that fire and like just work on this thing. And it's like, that's the point, being able to give something our all. So, yeah, it's like you work 12-hour days. That's great. Don't get caught up on the hustle culture or the grinding hard or the get caught up in the fact that are you actually trying your best? Because if you're actually doing your best, yeah, it's gonna seem like you're like, oh, I'd grind all day. Yeah, of course, if you're actually doing your best. If you're actually doing your best, yeah, you're probably gonna work out a lot because you're trying your best. But if you are trying to get in shape, but you half ass it, you're not trying your best, then you're not gonna get the same results as someone who is trying their best. And I think this is the thing, being able to burn that fire within and go full throttle into whatever we're working on. So, like a lot of people, they're doing business. So they're going full throttle into business. And then they're like making videos like saying, oh, I've worked 12 hours a day. And like, and people misunderstand because the person's not telling you to work 12 hours a day, but at the same time, they kind of are. Where it's like, maybe you don't do business, but whatever you do, it's better to be able to do it fully instead of do it half-assed. So I just think that's the thing. Having this fire within and then using it. Because if you don't use it, the fire dwindles down. And then over time, you're going to be like, when I was younger, I had more motivation. When I was younger, I had the energy to do. And it's like, no, if you have that fire burning within, has nothing to do with when I was younger type shit. It's about you're just doing it. You like doing it. And this is where Like, a lot of people are trying to find motivation. Instead of looking for motivation, try to figure out why your fire is not burning. Because everyone has a fire within them. Everyone. But a lot of us just allow that fire to dim down, and then with a low flame, with a small flame, you can't go full throttle. So then you try things, but you don't try them fully. You're like, oh, meditation didn't work for me. Psychedelics didn't work for me. I tried getting in shape, it didn't work for me. I tried to diet, it didn't work for me. I tried, and it's like, yeah, but did you actually give it your all? Like, actually, your all. Somebody's like, oh, I tried business, it just didn't work for me. But if you were actually honest with yourself, did you actually give it your all? And if you did, and it didn't work, you're gonna feel better. You're gonna be like, yeah, whatever, it didn't work. I gave it my all. It's fine. But if you didn't give it your all, you're always gonna wonder, what if? What would have happened if I did give it my all? What would have happened if I did actually try my hardest at this thing? So, like, that fire within us, I feel like it's about getting that thing back. And then you're not gonna need motivation because you're gonna wanna just do shit. Like, people are like, oh, I don't understand how someone could grind hard and work hard for 12 hours every single day. Well, to them, it's just life. You're looking at it because you don't have that fire that they do. You don't have enough fuel to be able to actually grind 12 hours a day for the whole thing and just doing your thing. Like, but people like, I have the energy to work out, and I work out almost every single day. And it's like I have the energy. I could be tired, but I still have the energy to work out because I have that fire. It's not about whether I'm tired or not. It's not about like motivation, or it's just I have this fire where I just want to do shit. I just want to make music. I just want to make videos. I just want to grow. I want to become my best version. I just want to go down a spiritual journey. I just want to whatever. And like, I did all these things, but I went into them fully. I went into the spiritual journey 10 years ago, and everyone thought I was fucking crazy because I'm like, I want to be a modern day shaman. I'm on the journey to become a modern day shaman. And it sounds funny, but I wasn't just speaking words, and it had nothing to do with, and I love y'all, but it had nothing to do with y'all. It had nothing to do with other people. This is actually what I wanted to do. And I was getting called to the spiritual journey, so I did it fully. I dedicated it like it became my life. This spiritual journey became the actual just life I was living because I got so immersed into it because I gave it my all. Like, I, I don't know. It's how you heal mental health. Like, how I healed my mental health, how I got in shape, how I, like, it's because I gave it my all. When I actually went to try the thing, I tried it for real. And I just kept pushing and I kept pushing at it and just keep going because I have that fire that allows me to just keep going. I go through the breakup and I'm shattering, crying, whatever, but because I have that fire, I knew that I would make it through because I have a fire burning within me that's like does not allow me to just stop. Like, I can't stop. I can't, like, people be like, you should relax more. I'm relaxed even when I'm working hard, bro. Like, I am at peace with who I am and what I'm doing. And I guess it's because what I'm doing is when I'm doing something, I'm giving it my all. And yeah, I don't know. It's just that fire within me. And I protected my fire. I fueled my fire. I, like, And so many people, they're just not paying attention to their fire. They're not protecting their fire. So then they're like, oh, I need motivation. You wouldn't need someone else's fire if you were able to, have your own fire. But just like a fire, you're going to have to take care of your fire. You're going to have to go get firewood for your fire. You're going to have to, and what I mean is, you're going to have to figure out, why don't you have this fire that's burning within you? Like, you should have a fire that burns within you, that you just want to create things, you want to do things, you want to, whatever you want to do. But like, so many people want to do something, but then they're like, oh, I don't have the motivation. Fuck the motivation. Try to figure out how to get your fire back, and you won't even need motivation.